Where is your God now?
You need a gun because you're weak.
No!
You need a bullet because your voice is small. Enough is enough!
Thumbs up! Kids died! I'm gonna go celebrate!
My choice! My choice!
That's not talking, bro! That's not talking!
I will not be stopped!
Join with us right now!
Not the church, not the state, women must decide their fate!
So you see how people can behave. Many of us have probably even been in that position at a time or two. But it talks about in the scripture that that man of sin, that beast, would be revealed. Got a little piece for you coming up here. Watch, it is a part of what we've taught about antichrist, the vaccines, part of it. Numerically, it comes to 666. Interesting. The spirit that is in the earth today, as we've been trying to show you, it's not one man, but it's a whole system that's coming on you. Now watch this piece with the Panera bread.
Well, you can now pay for your Panera sandwich with the palm of your hand. You've heard that right. The restaurant chain partnering with Amazon to test its palm reading payment technology. See it right there on your screen right now.
So there you go. You've got your system already in place. You don't have to use your money anymore because that's done away. All we have is paper. They've stolen the gold. And remember, they've stolen what is God's. God said, all the gold and the silver is mine. So they've stolen God's earth in that sense because they destroy it and tell you not to fly while they fly around. They don't want you driving while they drive wherever they want to, in everything they want to. So again, this system is here. So you get to purchase through your biometrics. And if you even remember a couple weeks back, we showed you how they want to mind control you, like the Minority Report, while you're at your job. So this system's here, ladies and gentlemen, young boys and girls. I'm telling you, there's a kingdom that's waiting for us, and we don't have to rely upon this gods that call themselves politicians and rulers over the earth, because the rulers that be are going to be done away with. Got a little piece for you. Just wanted to kind of show you in reference to what we saw in the beginning clips about beasts and the mockery and how human behavior. Got two verses I want to just show you in closing, and I want to follow up on that last piece last week on them spraying us. Got good information back. People didn't even know they're spraying us. Now, might as well just do that, but let me read this quick about the first group that you saw. He said, and this is in Ecclesiastes 3:18, 18th verse, 3 sixes, 666, the number of the beast. We saw those beasts mocking humans, or humans that didn't even know they were representing beasts. Now watch this. I said in mine heart, King Solomon, 18th verse, in Ecclesiastes. Now this book, Ecclesiastes, if you'll see it up there, 3:18, this book is written to all those under the sun. In other words, all of mankind is no better than the beasts, other than there's a spirit in him, and he ends it, and in that sense that you should simply fear God and do good. That was the culmination of Solomon's thoughts. We're no better than those beasts. All is vanity, exercising of nothingness, just gone. Your life is a vapor kind of a deal. So he says, I said in mine heart concerning the estate of the sons of men, that God might manifest them, that they might see that they themselves are beasts. I think you saw that in the first part. And remember, Jesus also uses that word, and we talked about knowledge in the word. Jesus uses those words, ye serpents. Ye generation of vipers. Got another verse just to kind of give you, to equate what we saw in the first part of this video. Now, another verse representing this, in Philippians chapter 2, verse 2, Paul is writing to them about the group that wanted to keep snipping on them. That's kind of going on today. Transgenders want things either snipped off or stuck on. Well, that stuff is nothing new because we still deal with that, but there's a reason why circumcision was done, and that's what he writes about. He says, beware of dogs. We saw some of that in the beginning. Beware of evil workers. Beware of the concision. They wanted to get fleshly. They wanted to cut off, keep cutting off, and keeping the legal law as opposed to understanding the spiritual law, that we should circumcise our hearts. He writes that in Jeremiah. I want to close this out just to tap on last week's. Watch this piece here real quick. And this is a woman, and at the end of it, and I'll just say what it is, how long ago this was, just to kind of confirm that they're spraying us like we're insects. Watch this.
In the 20th century, clouds were seeded by numerous countries around the globe with various chemicals to produce rain. China was just doing this over the summer in Beijing to make sure that there weren't any rain, that there wasn't any rain during the Olympics. But all this has changed dramatically with the U.S. military's secretive research and plans to control the planet's natural weather. This has not been given very much press, and we have to remember that we have a corporate-owned press where 85% of radio, television, and print media is owned by 5 corporations. So they're not going to talk about things that are of really serious consequence. And that's somewhat of the blessing, a mixed blessing of the internet, but there's certainly plenty of information on weather modification. The Air Force is on record as saying, quote, they want to control the weather by 2025, and we are not talking about just seeding the clouds for rain. Weather modification means, quote, any activity performed with the intention of producing artificial changes in the composition, behavior, or dynamics of the atmosphere, unquote. And as of April this year, there are more than 150 different weather modification programs around the world. Since about 2000, the Department of Defense and the Department of Energy have been spraying the entire United States sky with a toxic brew of chemicals and other biologic agents. Do we have that? Can we do that? Just want to show you something. We have 2 different kinds of trails in the sky right now. One are called contrails. How many of you know what contrails are? Contrails would have been around from the ends of planes since World War II. These are very, very short exhaust trails that usually evaporate within a few minutes. You just look up at the sky and you'll just see a jet, sometimes with 4 trails, but it evaporates pretty quickly. How many of you know what chemtrails are? Nobody. The military and some commercial planes are spraying us with what are called chemtrails. I want you to look at the, and oftentimes before there's a weather front, there are heavy assaults from these planes just before a weather front is changed and comes in. Military and some commercial jets have been fitted with huge barrels of at least 49 different kinds of documented chemical poisons. Among other documented ingredients in this toxic man-made clouds are pathogenic molds, fungi, weaponized viruses, and made in some places like the secret site at Fort Detrick, Maryland, which is supposed to be a cancer site, but there are a number of scholars and professors tracking this that have big questions about this. Barium and nanoaluminum particles. What do these do to the human body? Barium is an alkaline earth mineral. It was discovered in 1774. At low doses, it can act as a muscle stimulant. At high doses, it detrimentally affects the heart and the nervous system. Barium is toxic to all mammals, and that means not just humans. Aluminum, which is the most abundant metal in the Earth's crust, is known to diminish kidney function and destroy brain cells and cognitive function. Just think about it. Just between the aluminum and the mercury that we're breathing all the time, we've got already a serious issue about brain function and cognitive function. There is also documented evidence that the aluminum in chemtrails is released as nanoparticles, and that when they reach the Earth environment for wildlife, in lakes and streams, it's causing serious problems with wildlife there. Researchers are also finding that nanoparticles interfere with the growth of plants. Nanotechnology is totally unregulated. Just this past month, a new research report came out showing and documenting for the first time that these nanoparticles actually go through the skin. Well, if you breathe them, whether they go through the skin or whether you're inhaling them, it's still a problem, a serious problem.
This excerpt is brought to you by the Massachusetts School of Law.
So, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? That was 13 years ago. 13 years ago. Just a little piece to add to last. Want to keep confirming and packing the stuff that we're giving you so that you can go to anybody and simply say, oh, you like facts? Here's the facts. God bless you. Join us again keep watching if you can over on Rumble just to keep it exercise. Click over it. I know it's easy to go YouTube way. Thank you for doing it. Subscribe and we'll see you next week. God bless. Fight the good fight.